Happy Friday, everybody. It's hashtag FAQ Friday, live from the Lake District. And spring has sprung in the Lake District here. It's a beautiful day here, and the sun is shining. Woohoo! And what more can we talk about is getting your budget ready for the year ahead, the financial year ahead. People have already been working on this for the financial year ahead and actually mitigating risk. And this is what I want to do, is top tips for budgeting in hospitality for 2025. But with rising costs, government mandated wage increases and fluctuating demand, budgeting strategically in hospitality is more critical than ever. So I'm going to give you some top tips to ensure your business stays profitable and resilient in 2025. So first of all, adjust for the 2025 UK wage increases and national insurance changes. So the national minimum and living wage rates are increasing from April 2025, meaning higher payroll costs. And don't forget to factor in your national living wage for 21 years old plus workers, rising to $12.21 per hour, which is a 6.7% increase. 18 to 20 year olds increasing to £10 per hour, which is a 16.3% increase. And employer national insurance contributions, the NICs, rising from 13.8% to 15%, and the threshold for employers' NIC dropping from £9,100 to £5,000, meaning more businesses will have to pay contributions. So if you've not been doing that before, now you will have to start paying that. So actions to take is recalculate your staff wages and NIC costs in your budget. Put that in, use payroll software or work with an accountant to adjust for tax and wage changes. I've got an amazing hospitality budget planner that's very detailed, that has all that already in. If you wanted to get in touch, it is chargeable because it is an amazing template, but it helps and supports you to factor all these calculations in. Consider efficiency improvements, e.g. smarter rotas. Cross-training has never been more needed. I mean, when I first started in the industry 30 plus years ago, might be 40 now, when I was 13. So when I started in the industry, we were trained to work in all areas of the industry. So we need to go back to that actually and help and support to become more efficient and effective. Review your pricing strategy. A lot of people question me right now and start worrying about cost of living crisis, Alison, etc. But it depends who your ideal client is. But with costs rising, pricing needs to reflect increases while staying competitive. Conduct a pricing analysis based on competitor rates and customer expectations. Speak to your competitors, speak to your colleagues in the industry. Introduce value-driven packages rather than simply raising menu or room prices. You know, what can you add value? Consider dynamic pricing, adjusting rates based on demand, seasonality, or the day of the week. And the action for this is use data from past sales to adjust prices wisely. Look at patterns. Patterns is massive in business, it's crucial. Look at what you've done in the past. Monitor competitive pricing using hospitality benchmarking tools. Be transparent with your customers. Actually get them involved, and they'll take responsibility and totally agree why you need to increase your prices if your price adjustments are needed. Focus on cost control and waste reduction. I haven't got a big course on it. It's a little mini course for food cost control and waste reduction. It's so important. So with inflation affecting suppliers and energy, controlling cost is crucial more than ever. So review your supplier contracts. If you're coming out of contract soon, negotiate long-term deals for stability. Monitor portion sizes and food waste in kitchens to reduce unnecessary stock loss. Invest in energy efficient equipment to cut down on utility bills, and implement better stock management systems to track inventory accurately. It's interesting, I was in a property a few weeks ago, and the property, the business had got, quite a lot of food from a function not being used. And I said, why don't you have an event and sell it? And they'd not even thought about that. They were just going to get rid of it. And you just think, gosh, it's looking at it from a helicopter point of view. I've done it in the past. I had a cancellation of a function, and we ended up selling it to the local taxi firms, etc. It was the fish and chips, and we ended up selling it all, so we didn't have any waste whatsoever. So use software to track inventory and reduce waste, and then train staff on portion control and energy efficiency to lower costs, and say why. I go in and help leaders in business and managers and teams to understand why we're doing this, and set monthly review meetings to track costs, trends, and take action. Then forecast realistically. Be very smart about this and plan for contingencies. So base your budget on realistic revenue projections, factoring in economics uncertainty. Identify seasonal peaks and dips, and adjust staffing and stock accordingly, and create a contingency fund. 5 to 10% of revenue to cover unexpected expenses always work. Use historical data from previous years to predict your revenue. Patterns is so important. And then set best case scenarios for expected and worst case scenarios for financial planning. So do your best case, your expected case, and your worst case scenario. And then manage your cash flow proactively. Make sure it's positive. Ensure you've got a positive cash flow and plan to cover your wages and operational costs. So, what is your break-even point, and making sure that every single month you are way over that break-even point. And encourage your pre-bookings. I know a lot of people do this, and deposits to secure revenue in advance. Offer incentives for early payments for corporate clients and event bookings. A lot of people are already doing advanced purchase rates, but highlight that to people who don't notice it. And then use cash flow forecasting tools like Xero, QuickBooks or Sage, or whichever you're on. And then invoice promptly, especially corporate clients, and follow up on outstanding payments. Pretty good for getting payments in advance, and as soon as people have enjoyed the stay in hospitality. But remember this, and then invest in tech and automation. I say this regularly. This is so flipping key, more than ever in our industry. Using automated reservation and ordering systems to reduce manual and admin time. It's here to help and support you. So implement self-service check-ins, mobile ordering and digital menus to improve efficiency, and invest in AI-driven analytic tools to track your trends, forecast revenues better. Considering upselling CRM software to increase guest spending. Train staff on digital tools to enhance productivity. Loads can help here. It's so important. And then maximise revenue from alternative streams. There's loads out there. Introduce seasonal experiences for exclusive packages to attract different customer segments if your customers are not biting at the hook. Rent out spaces. There's so many businesses that are not using all of their spaces, the revenue per square metre right now. For corporate events, weddings, private dining during off-peak times, and especially for health and well-being, have a look at what space is not being used in your business. Consider subscription or loyalty programs for your regular customers. And don't forget to diversify revenue by offering online masterclasses. If you've got a chef who's quiet at a particular time of year, do cookery workshops or memberships, and build partnerships with local businesses and influencers to increase bookings and get the exposure out there. Keep up with government support and tax breaks. Have a look in your local area. The councils check for business rate release or grants that apply to the hospitality sector. if you're in that sector, and ensure you claim employment allowance rising to £10,500 in April 2025. And don't forget to look into green energy grants if you're upgrading your energy efficient equipment. Don't just do it, go and have a look for the grants. There's loads of people benefiting. Don't forget to keep a check on the government website, gov.uk website regularly for related hospitality related support schemes. There are some coming up. But search it or get in touch with me, Alison at ajlakes.com. And final thing is 2025 will bring increased costs. That's not going to be a shock to you. We already know that the autumn budget was certainly challenging, and we don't know what the spring budget's coming in on the 26th of March. But smart budgeting in your business is what you can control. Pricing adjustments and cost-saving strategies can help your business stay profitable. But you need to plan ahead, you need to review it regularly, monitor trends, and act quickly to adapt to the changing landscape. If you have where you're losing revenue, well, mitigate the risk. Is it your ideal client can't afford you anymore, so you need a new ideal client? Is it a new strategy? But get in touch. I have a helicopter view, and I can help and support you to achieve your best year yet in 2025. And I'm passionate about helping 1 million busy business owners to live their best lives by being emotionally, physically, mentally and financially free from the businesses. And I can only do that if we expose it to many. So please share. If you've enjoyed this and you've got a lot from it and a lot of complimentary advice, and please share. And if you want to find out more, book a 20-minute no obligation introductory call with me, and let's just see whether I can help and support you right now to achieve what you want to achieve financially. But as always, I'd be very grateful if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notifications bell so that you get the first notification as soon as any of my FAQ Fridays, Showcase Sundays or any video comes up to help and support you in your business. So please get in touch if you've got any questions. If you want an FAQ Friday focused on what you're looking to achieve this year, or to answer a question that you've got, please get in touch, Alison at ajlakes.com. So I hope that's helped and supported you. Enjoy the first feelings of spring. Spring has certainly sprung in the Lake District, but have an amazing Friday and have a happy weekend. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.